Okay guys, here is the third and final video for this particular assignment. We've solved for sides. Before that we got re-familiar with SOHCAHTOA. Now we're going to use SOHCAHTOA to find a missing angle. Alright, let's go. So again, you can search it up if the assignment does not pop up readily for you. Just go in Khan Academy, guys. Type that in. Solve for an angle and right triangles. But anyways, here we go. So this time we're asked to find angle B. So notice I'm going to mark angle B so I know which angle I'm talking about. My second step is I mark my sides. Notice how the 2 here, guys, is adjacent to my angle B. And notice the 5 over here is the hypotenuse. I'm missing the opposite side down here, but it doesn't matter in this case. I have all the information I need. Now remember, SOHCAHTOA goes, some old hippie caught another hippie tripping over apples. And what we have is cosine, right? We have adjacent hypotenuse. So I know the cosine of my angle B, which I don't know yet, equals the adjacent, which is 2, over the hypotenuse, which is 5. So what we're going to do, guys, is do 2 divided by 5 in our calculator. And hopefully you remember that I'm going to now do cosine inverse on it, because cosine inverse gets rid of cosine. Let me repeat that. Cosine inverse gets rid of cosine. And notice I'm left with B, angle B, equal to whatever that is. So let's go to our calculator. 2 divided by 5 is 0.4. Now guys, I'm using the calculator on Khan Academy. So I'm going to press cosine inverse. It's right above cosine. On a regular calculator, you're going to have to press the second or shift button in the top left part of your keyboard and then press cosine to get cosine inverse. But on Khan Academy, you have a separate cosine inverse button. Now it shows up as a cosine, meaning our cosine, but this is cosine inverse, guys. We're doing it on our answer, A and S. Don't forget about that bottom at the bottom of your keyboard, a cool button to use. Here's our answer. They told us to round off to the nearest hundredth. So that means I'm going to go to there. 66.42 degrees. 66.42 degrees. And so that's how you do these, guys. Let's try a couple more. Now notice, guys, I had a darn glitch happen again. Where's my picture, right? I had to hit the refresh or recycle button again. Finally, it popped up for me. So here we go. We're asked to find angle A, which is right here. Notice the 6 is the hypotenuse. The right angle is up here. They flipped the triangle around on us, guys. The hypotenuse is always the longest side opposite the right angle, right? Notice the 2 here is opposite or on the other side of our angle A. Hence, it's the opposite. Now, according to some old hippie, caught another hippie tripping over apples, we are going to do sine, right? We have opposite hypotenuse. So I know that the sine of our angle A equals the opposite over the hypotenuse. We're going to, of course, divide that in our calculator. And our final step is we're going to do sine inverse. Because sine inverse gets rid of sine. And notice I'm just left with angle A equal to whatever that is. So let's do it on our calculator. 2 divided by 6, 0.333. We're going to press sine inverse. That gives us the A sine or arc sine there. And we're going to do it on our answer, 0.333. Here's our answer, 19.47. 19.47. Okay, let's do at least one more. Guys, this time our missing angle A, is down here. Notice the 3 is adjacent to it. It's right next to the angle. The 9 is opposite of it. We're missing this side, which is the hypotenuse, but who cares? Because I know the opposite adjacent. So, according to some old hippie, caught another hippie tripping over apples, we are doing tangent, opposite, adjacent. So the tangent of our missing angle A is 9, opposite, over 3, adjacent. So we're going to do this in our calculator, and then we're going to do tangent inverse on it, because that gets rid of the tangent. So angle A, which is what I have left over there, right, is going to equal whatever that is. So let's do it on our calculator. 9 divided by 3 is 3. We're going to press this tangent inverse button. There it is right there. We're going to do it on our answer 3, or you could, of course, type in 3. Here's our answer. Now that 5 means I round the 6 up to a 7, right? So 71.57. 71.57. Now that may be my last problem, guys. Oh, no, there's one more. Cool. So guys, if you need to, pause it right here. Now guys, so far we've covered sine, cosine, and tangent again. I wonder what the next one's going to be. It's got to be one of those 3, right? Here we go. This time our angle A is up here. Notice the 3 is adjacent to it. Notice the 8 is the hypotenuse. We are missing the opposite side, but who cares in this case? According to some old hippie, caught another hippie tripping over apples, I am going to use cosine, right? Because I have the adjacent 3 over the hypotenuse 8. And that, of course, is the cosine of our angle A. Adjacent over hypotenuse, right? Now what? Well, we're going to do the cosine inverse on both sides, because that gives us angle A equal to that. Let's go to our calculator. 3 divided by 8 is 0.375. We're going to press that cosine inverse button right there. We're going to do it on our answer right there. The 5 tells us to round the 7 up to an 8. So 67.98. 67.98. So guys, that's it. We now are able to find missing angles using SOHCAHTOA, hopefully. We are relearning that cosine's adjacent hypotenuse. Tangent is opposite adjacent. Sine is opposite hypotenuse. So guys, hopefully you're learning this or just refreshing yourself on it. See you around.